Guys, forget about Estevao or Lamine Yamal for a second, because Bayern might have just uncovered a 17-year-old mustached Messi of their own Leonard Carl, and somehow, this kid is already smashing records people thought were untouchable in the Champions League. He's German, always the smallest player on the pitch, Messi height and built for chaos, and the way he moves with the ball makes defenders look like training cones. After Bayern offloaded a chunk of their attackers, he stepped in like he'd been waiting for this moment his whole life, scoring at the Emirates against Arsenal, and then following it up in the latest UCL match with a jaw-dropping finish that officially made him the youngest player ever to score in 3 straight Champions League games. Bayern didn't just find a wonder kid, they might have found their future.
Why Man United snatched this Arsenal youngster? Chido Obi Martin was born in Copenhagen, Denmark, where he lived and played football to the age of around 14, at which point Arsenal entered the picture. They brought him into their academy, where he quickly established himself as one of the best in his age range. So at just 15 years old, he was promoted to the under-18 side, and in just his first start, he managed to bag himself a hat-trick. In fact, in another under-18s game against Norwich, Arsenal youngsters went on to win 9-0, with Obi Martin scoring 7 of them, and understandably making headlines in doing so. His meteoric rise saw him join the senior team's training session at Arsenal, as well as being called up to Denmark's under-17 side, where he scored 7 goals in just 10 fixtures. His 6'2" build at just 16 years old means he's a real physical threat, but his technical skills are at a much higher level than what you'd associate with someone that large, and well, his 32 goals in 20 under-18 Premier League starts speaks for itself. So it comes as no surprise that Man United swooped in to sign the youngster, with reports suggesting that Ruud van Nistelrooy, being a coach at the club, played a role in Obi Martin choosing Man United.
Mexico has only one mission: to take care of Gilberto Mora. This country is full of promises that end up being just that, promises. But this kid is different, pure talent. Since Giovanni Dos Santos, we haven't seen a Mexican player as promising as him, and he's only 16 years old. Right now, he is the top scorer of the U20 World Cup. But for him to become a global star, he needs to be allowed to enjoy his football. It's not time to go to Europe yet. He should continue developing in Mexico, with the Mexican U20 national team and even the U17. Remember, he is still a kid fighting in a world of giants. Let's remember the past. There have been great Mexican players who, due to too much fame and money, ended up failing. He needs to be left in peace, calm. Hopefully the same thing won't happen to him as with Diego Lainez, who was sent to Europe far too early with the Wonder Kid label. But not everything depends on him. Tijuana will play a key role. Hopefully, when the time comes for him to leave for Europe, they won't set an astronomical release clause that scares away the giants of the old continent.
Imagine your World Cup dreams dashed by your own club. Diego Costa, the US Under-20s goalkeeper, has been recalled by Barcelona right before the Under-20s World Cup. Barcelona, despite releasing him for the tournament,